What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the chatter room. So today I'm going to do a live voice reaction of the Potomac reunion part 1 for the newest season. And it started off with Karen and this little videotape where she finally accepts full responsibility, because it's like, what else can you do? You're caught on camera. There's really no denying it. Now you want to accept full responsibility when you're by yourself at home and not in front of all the ladies, when you've been lying this whole entire season and claiming that you will have victory, or the truth will be revealed, or all types of BS. And now you want to take full responsibility. Then she claims she does not have an alcohol problem, which I don't believe at all. If you just admitted yourself to rehab, what does that mean? And I'm thinking the little interview tape was before the reunion, obviously before she went into rehab. So even there, she was lying. You definitely have an alcohol problem. We've seen it throughout the years. Multiple people on the cast have talked about it. Like, it's really no denying it. So yeah, now I'm at the point where the ladies are kind of chatting about Karen not showing up, and Wendy tried to call Karen. Karen didn't answer, and she was talking about how much they were all supporting her and stuff. And now you're not answering the phone to them. It's like a slap in the face, because of all the support they showed you this season, and you can't even have the decency to answer their phone call and let them know that you're not coming. Like, it's crazy. And I want to talk about all the ladies' outfits. Giselle looks amazing. Everybody really looks amazing. The only person who's like, I don't really like how much Kiarna's boobs popped out in her dress. I don't really like Mia's hair. Ashley's dress was cute. Her hair is cute. It's just funny that she always has the hip pads. I low-key like the hair is giving Toddlers and Tiara a little bit. Wendy's dress looks pretty. Her hair looks cute. Her makeup looks cute. For a first timer, Stacy looks great. And I'm not even shocked that Wendy looks good. I didn't like her last season reunion outfit, but this season I like it. Nigerian women know how to glam it up, so I'm not really surprised. But yeah, I don't like Mia's hair at all. Then Andy shares with everybody once they come outside that Karen isn't there, and everybody just low-key looks disappointed. And it's just crazy. Like, Karen has all this talk, especially how she was treating Robin last season. Take accountability. And you are keeping this alcoholic like story, and you're not taking accountability. It's crazy. He finally shares that to them that she has checked herself into a private rehab facility. Yeah, it's just annoying, because it's like, you lie in the little videotape that you don't have an alcohol problem, but then you still check yourself in, probably to have a lesser sentencing. But I don't know, it's just ridiculous. Wendy was the only one to call it out. She's only doing it before her sentencing because she wants to lessen her sentencing. And Stacy's like, let's give her grace. No, because if you really had a problem and you really wanted to take care of your problem, you should have done it before the sentencing or before the verdict. But the fact that you're doing it now it's convenient. Yes, Wendy's definitely being truthful about that. Karen only wants yes people around her. She doesn't want anybody that is going to call her out on her BS. That's not what she wants at all. She wants you to just kiss her butt all the time and never call her out. And that's the problem. That's why she's where she is right now. Of course, Ashley would be the one to bring that picture out.
I had a feeling that the Grand Dame would not be present today. Oh my God.
You can see this is my picture. This is mine. So Karen uploads this, or gives this other video to them to play, where she's all done up, and it was on December 27th, I believe. She said she's not going to be there because she's, going to be in a facility, and she was drinking and taking antidepressants. So basically she was abusing pills and alcohol, and she also thanked Giselle in the video and a few other people. Child, Karen will always be full of it. I just can't take anything she says serious. I just cannot. I just cannot. I really can't. And she thanked everybody but Wendy. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And in the trailer, that's the part where Wendy was talking about where this is not my friend. Then Karen gonna be like, nobody sit in my seat. Ain't that crazy? How Wendy had your back this whole season, and you don't even thank her personally is crazy. And it's you can tell Giselle, she's letting her emotions out more. You would never see Giselle crying for real. The fact that she was crying at that video says a lot. That shows how much she cares about Karen, and yeah, that's just crazy. And Giselle talks about how like she always had wanted Karen to get help, and that shows how much of a true friend she is. Because if Giselle really wanted to, she could have said a whole bunch more about Karen throughout the seasons. But the fact that she low-key kept quiet about this is interesting. Yeah, Karen is definitely not Wendy's friend. Like, and let me know what y'all think. People think Giselle is the colorist of this show. No, absolutely not. Giselle has had problems with every single person on that cast. Light, dark, medium, whatever. The real colorist is Karen. As soon as Wendy joined the show, you can tell that she had negative thoughts about Wendy. Oh, she doesn't fit with us. Oh, she doesn't match with us, or she doesn't look like us or something. You know, I can't think of the actual words that she was saying, but just like describing her as not worthy enough to be on the show. And when Wendy joined, Candace was the only one up there, and Candace is all pish posh, always dressed to the nines or whatever. But Wendy came on, this Nigerian dark-skinned woman who's like more natural and more not really dresses up a lot, or I guess Karen didn't see her as fancy enough or Potomac enough. I don't even know. But Karen is the real colorist of this show. Who people think Giselle is really Karen this whole time. And I don't know how people didn't notice how much of a BSer Karen is, and they tried to put all that onto Giselle. No. Karen is the fraud, the faker, fake friend, fake personality, doesn't share her real life. Everything is full of BS. Like, Karen is not real. All the Karen we've been seeing throughout the seasons is not the real Karen. And Robin was the only one Robin and Charisse was the only one to really call her out. And Robin last season was like, one day people are going to see you for who you really are. And I definitely agreed with her back then, when people were still like obsessed with Karen and thinking she's just perfect. Robin called it out, and I've been clocked it. Karen was never my favorite. Like, oh, the grand dame, please. Then Giselle told Karen, like, why? I meant it the other way around. Sorry, y'all. Why didn't you like call out Wendy for the things that she's done? And she was like, I only go off of what she shows me. But Giselle literally told you about her when you first joined, and that was before you guys fell out. Wendy had made excuses about it. Now she's trying to be like, oh, my mother was being dragged, blah blah. But Giselle been told you when you guys were friends before y'all fell out that Karen has been talking about you. There's video of Karen talking about you. There's like, Wendy clearly just wanted to be up Karen's butthole, clearly, because all the proof was in the pudding. Like, I just don't get it. Then Wendy has asked all the ladies, like, how do you feel about the footage, and like, basically, was it shocking? And Mia was like, no, I'm not shocked. I've been said she needed help. She shared that she's needed help. I've seen her drunk ways. Like, they've been talking about this. This is not new. I love that Giselle and Wendy are friends now and are getting along now, because when it first started off, like when Wendy first came to the show, they were cool. I feel like Giselle was throwing shade kind of with, like, you know, the stuff that happened that made them fall out, and Wendy made it worse. Like, I feel like Wendy be blowing up on people and making situations worse. Like, she did not, like the way she came for Robin. Robin had nothing to do with it. You messed up your relationship with Robin, then you do all this extra stuff and say stuff to Giselle. And Giselle is clearly so prideful even though Giselle was kind of in the wrong in the beginning, it's like the way you talk to someone that it gets to the point where you don't even want to apologize because she just made it 10 times worse. So I'm glad that they're like on a better page now. And if Karen leaves, it'll be even better. Like Karen just needs to leave the show alone because you would never be able to live this down. And the fact that Wendy tried to say, I only go by what someone tells me, blah, blah, blah. Well, as soon as Stacy told you, you said you believe it. You 100% believe it. So were you just purposely acting like you didn't believe it? Like, Wendy wanted to be up her butt. And that's just what it was. Just admit to that. And I remember when Wendy and Giselle first had their convo, people were like, oh, it's so short. Like, where's the rest of it? Blah, blah, blah. Like, they barely talked about anything. And they just said here that it was a super long conversation. It was like 2 hours long. But you know how production does. They cut out all the interesting stuff probably on purpose, you know. Ooh, Stacy shady. They were talking about Happy Eddie and how Stacy was using it at the party. And Giselle was like, well, she's going to come out with her own. And Stacy just fully denied it. And then Giselle was like, when she comes out with the next season, don't be surprised. So you just sat there and lied up there, Stacy. Stacy, so you just gonna sit there and lie. We better not see no Happy Stacy next season. She just it's just funny. She definitely needed the show. She wanted to do a complete rebrand. Like she was this suburban wife from Maryland, married with a child on some random news channel or selling stuff on QVC, I think, whatever. Now you're gonna rebrand and start selling weed? Okay, Stacy. And then Andy tried to clock Wendy and be like, isn't that the same thing you did with Karen? But it was the other way around. Karen did that to Wendy. And you could see from the beginning, Karen was not your friend. Like, Wendy knew all of this, but she wanted to be Karen's friend so bad. And it's so clear. And Wendy shares that Karen also set Wendy down to talk smack about Stacy. So it's clear Karen was trying to, like, cause problems against each of the girls. And Kiana was like, I don't think it's right that you waited until you and Karen blah blah blah. Kiana, be quiet. You need to worry about that man, Greg. Like, please. Kiana is the one who made sure to defend Karen with all her being because Karen stayed behind you, blah blah blah. Baby girl, you gonna learn one day. You are going to learn one day. And Wendy, tells Karen, she said if she feels like she can mother you, if Karen feels like she can mother you, she loves you. When she sees that you can exist in the group without Karen, she turns on you, and that's clear. It's clear. Wendy want to say all this now, but this been happening. Now you want to say all this. This is crazy. This is real crazy. And I know people like to make it a whole big deal about Giselle's style. Like, between the breaks, she stood up. Giselle looks good, okay? They can't say nothing about her outfit. Like, they couldn't say nothing about Giselle for real. They only call her mean and she can't dress. She ain't been mean this season and she looks good. So what can y'all really say about her? Like, she's clearly not going to be in the hot seat this season. It would have been Karen. It's making me so mad that Karen is not there. And Jazzy just showed up. Like, I have so many thoughts about Jazzy and her whole situation, child. Jazzy, baby, you was the side chick. You lied and said he'd never been in another relationship. There's family pictures of him and the child's mother. Like, they are definitely together. They live together. If you go to the lady's Facebook, Charlize or whatever, they were together. And then for her to say they were not together when she was pregnant is not true. They broke up part of the time, but they were absolutely together because you can literally see family pictures. If you go to her Facebook, she's talking about him putting the boys to sleep while she went out and stuff. They were absolutely together. So for her to try to say they wasn't is crazy. Like, they were together, and I don't like how they just skip past that whole thing. Like, oh my god. Officially Ashley is divorced now, but when the reunion was taped, she wasn't divorced yet, and they were like, oh my god, a divorce. But her and Michael both signed. They were just waiting for the judge. Then they asked Mia, and she's like, oh yeah, we're also in the final stages, we're just waiting for the judge. Like, you basically just copied everything Ashley said, and everybody was like, the lies, the lies, the lies. I don't understand why Mia continuously lies. Like Did you tell Ink that y'all are in the final stages, so you had to come up here and lie? Like, I don't know, child. Mia is something. Like, I don't know why she lies so much. Clearly, it's from her childhood. She needs to do some type of therapy. She needs to do something because the way she just lies every day of her life is crazy. Like, and it's not even little lies. Like, sometimes little lies is cool, whatever. But you be lying about big stuff for no reason when you can literally just tell the truth. Then, Giselle and Ashley talk about their fashion line and how there's nothing on the website. And they said, they pivoted to community outreach and fitness and well and fitness, whatever, with the Brain Tumor Society and whatever else, which is good. So it's really, they're gonna eventually put stuff out. I'm getting, they still working on it, I guess, but it's just like for them to laugh about it, especially Wendy. Wendy, is them candles making money? Where's the candles? Are you making money from the candles? I doubt she's made a profit, so she can't really say nothing. Child, why was Jazzy there? Like, they did not focus on her as much as I wanted her to be focused on. Like, I wanted them to invite the freaking child's mother and have her pop up on Jazzy. Like, we just skipped through that way too fast for me. Like, I don't like that. Then at the end, after Mia tried to apologize to Stacy and Jazzy and them about her birthday trip and all that type of stuff, I don't even know if that was on the season. I wasn't paying attention to that. I might have missed. I missed a few episodes, so yeah, I didn't really care about that part. But then she started crying that she's leaving and da 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 da. But we see in the next part that she stayed and then she walked off again. Obviously, Mia has went through a lot her whole life. Like, her childhood has been hell. She get into a relationship that's hell. She just doesn't know how to process things correctly. She just excuses it. Like, she avoids it and puts up this fake front. And that's something that she needs to stop doing because it's not gonna do her no good. Like, I feel bad for her, but also it's just like, at some point you have to, like, obviously she took accountability, but at some point you have to, like, stop doing the things that you have to keep taking accountability for. Like, you take accountability, but then you repeat the same thing. It's like, it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, I hope she figures out whatever she's going through. But yeah, that reunion was interesting. I like how they paced it. Again, I wish they would have focused more on Jazzy and that fiance of hers and that whole situation. Of course, I wish freaking Karen was there. Like, that took out a whole chunk of what could have been in the reunion. Like, oh, we're happy that she's getting help, but is she really getting help? Like, please. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, it was a decent reunion. I will be reviewing the second part. I don't know if there's a third part as well. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.